Welcome to the show. We're beginning this morning by talking about a new campaign that was launched recently by AARP for obviously Americans who are over 50 who want to reinvent themselves, whether it's jobs or health or personal fulfillment. It's a new campaign called the Life Reimagined campaign, and it's an exciting venture, and I have a couple of people who want to talk about it, and I'm excited to have them with me to talk about it this morning. We're joined by Kim Iapalucci with the Delaware AARP. Thank you for being with us. And Pat Troy Brooks, who is a volunteer with AARP as well. Ladies, thank you for being with me. And again, the Life Reimagined campaign, it's a web-based tool, but it's been out, just over a year. And explain a little bit more about how it works for Americans over 50 like myself who want to maybe go on another path, another journey.
Well, life after 50 is different than it used to be. The face of aging is really changing very rapidly, and so what we're finding is that as people move into a new phase of life after 50, or when they might retire from their first career, they are living longer, they have a lot of energy, they're healthier, and they really want to take on a new venture in life, so they have the opportunity to reinvent themselves, retool for a secondary career, have more personal fulfillment, even do volunteer work, or it may just be spending more time with your family. So Life Reimagined is a tool that can help you think through where you've been, where you are right now, and where you want to go and how to get there. Okay,
and it's a web-based tool, as we've mentioned, and we're going to give the websites during our conversation as to people who are interested can check out and get the resources and tools that they need.
Sure.
Well, so Pat, give me an example. Say a person wants to, as we mentioned, maybe find a new job, or you know, maybe want to improve their health or something like that, because they're at that age, certainly. How would this web-based tool, this Life Reimagined tool online, help them?
Well, first of all, the tool is it's designed to be very interactive.
Okay.
It is very comprehensive, but most of all, it's fun because it gives the person an opportunity to do like a life checkup. Okay. I mean, when you think about life, we take our car to the a body shop when it needs work, take our pet to the vet, and we rarely take time to really think about a checkup for our life. So Life Reimagined website gives the individual the opportunity to really focus on them. It's exclusively about them. It helps them evaluate, am I happy right now? Am I being fulfilled? And many people, and I've been in employment and training for many years, and I've witnessed firsthand people who are just unfulfilled in their career and their life. And they want to do something different, but they just don't know how. And that's what's so exciting about the Life Reimagined website. It gives them the opportunity to take assessments, to really evaluate their current situation. It also has a wealth of possibilities for them to pursue, and it gives them the plan. And you can work with Life Reimagined as an individual, or you can work in a group because there's ongoing discussions. You can check into Life Reimagined through Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. So it's something that you can do individually or on your own, but it gives you the information that you need to make your next move.
And I want to ask you in a moment, just as a volunteer, what your responsibilities are on a one-to-one basis. But Kim, tell me, what do you find to be the most basic need for people who you might come in contact with who are over 50, who are members of AARP? Are they mostly looking for work, or are they looking for, you know, to be better, more healthy, or maybe more interpersonal relationships, more time with family? Is there one particular need that you seem to find that all of the people who are involved in this campaign are looking for?
Well, people want to connect.
Okay.
That's the big thing now. People over 50 need those social connections to move on into their next chapter of life. What's happening with a lot of people in their 50s is they are finding themselves in a position, either by choice or by necessity, having to move into another career.
Okay.
Maybe they've been downsized, or maybe retired from a first career like teaching or the military, and so...
Or maybe they're bored. Maybe one just want to go back.
Right, absolutely. That certainly happens a lot. And what we're finding is people want the tools and the resources that will help them connect and really network for another career, and really volunteer work is a big part of it as well. People like Pat who recareered and are volunteering for us. She's a perfect example of Life Reimagined. But what we're finding is that through a lot of the social media tools, we're actually giving people what they need to reimagine their own life. For example, on LinkedIn, we have Life Reimagined for Work with 20,000 members on LinkedIn. And there's all kinds of conversations that are always going on about how can I write a resume that doesn't show my age. That's a big one right now because age discrimination is still very relevant out there for people 50, 55, even 60 who still want to work a little bit longer. And so the Work Reimagined on LinkedIn is a great resource for people who want to sort of shore up their skills and figure out how to present themselves and develop a personal brand, really. It's a terrific resource. We have 20,000 people on Twitter. It's at
through AARP.
Right. Well, it's at Life Reimagined. That's the Twitter handle.
Okay.
And if you go on there, you can get up-to-the-minute messages on Twitter about things that other people are doing to reinvent themselves. There's all kinds of links and video clips that go around.
Because I would think one question would be, certainly for people over 50 who are looking for work, what parts of the workforce would I be more applicable for, or what jobs are there out there that would want to hire me, given that I'm already retired or I'm over a certain age, and hopefully, they can find that information.
Absolutely. All of these different social media tools and lifereimagined.org does a great job of helping you assess how can I transfer those skills that I already have into something relatable, something a little bit different, newer, something that'll fulfill me. It's all about personal happiness too.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, Pat, again, as the volunteer, what is your responsibility to making sure that the people who have turned to Life Reimagined are sticking with it, or making sure that they are being able to use the tools that are available online, that they're using it properly, and that they're seeing changes in their life that they've been seeking?
Sure. Well, I'm very active in the community, and whenever I'm out in the community at various events, I'm sharing the tool with them, and I have the opportunity to follow up. I have a website. People reach out to me all the time. Now, let me give you an example of how this has really changed someone's life. There's a woman who I had worked with coaching because she was thinking about retiring, and she'd worked for a factory for 30 years. And she made the decision last year. She was offered an early retirement package to leave her job at 62, and she was tired of the physical labor of the factory. She just didn't want to do it anymore, so the timing was right for her. So she left the job. After about 5 months, she came up with two different decisions. One, she understood that at 62, she probably does not have enough money to last her for the rest of her life. And number two, just like you said, she was bored. She was bored. What do I do now? So what she did is, this is before I had the opportunity to speak with her about Life Reimagined. What she did is she went back to the factory. She applied for another job. As much as she didn't enjoy it, back to the same factory, because that's all she knew. She wanted to do something different, but she didn't know what to do. And in her mind, thinking she wouldn't be valued in, out on the open market, so she went back to what she knew. We had the opportunity to connect. I shared with her Life Reimagined. Last week, this woman called me. She sounded like a new person. Number one, she withdrew her application to go back to the factory. And through Life Reimagined, she was able to go on and do an assessment of her skills and transition and transfer the experience that she gained over the years into a new career. So right now, she's looking at 5 different possibilities. So what I shared with her is, just because you did one thing for 30 years, it doesn't mean that your next 20 years has to look like that. And what we try to do, and what I share is, I try to share with every person, give yourself permission to reimagine something new for your life. People just don't do that today. They tend to do the same thing. And that's what's so exciting about Life Reimagined. It gives you options and ways that you can move forward. So in the community, I'm always sharing about the tool and then checking in with them to find out where they are in the process and providing any support that they need. And because I am in employment and workforce, I have a lot of opportunity to do that.
So it's encouraging people to go outside their comfort zone, which is
Absolutely.
important because you can find a renewed sense of purpose.
Absolutely.
So we're going to take a quick break. We'll continue our conversation in a moment, but stay with us. We'll be right back to continue our discussion here on Delaware Perspectives. Don't go away. Welcome back to Delaware Perspective. We're talking about this new program launched by AARP called Life Reimagined for older Americans who want to go down a different path or who want to kind of take their life into their own hands and do something other than the job that they were working in for 30, 40 years. But as you were mentioning, that it is also kind of a sense of empowerment. You're empowering yourselves by using this this website and the tools available on it, correct?
Oh, absolutely. Just by going through the process that they walk you through on the website, you can really learn how to take charge of your own future. And it really helps you realize that it's all about the decisions that you make and that you really can make changes, that there are options out there that you didn't know existed. You can take the tools and skills that you have and transfer them and make them more relevant right now. You know, like I said, it's sometimes people go into a new career or take on part-time work or a consulting position, but sometimes people use the website just to figure out how they want to spend their time. You know, do I want to be with my family more? Do I want to travel? Do I want to, you know, just maybe write a memoir? Anything. It can be, it's all about what you want. So it was devised for you to take you through these steps and try to empower yourself.
Because Pat, and I'm sure you've probably seen this as you've gone out into the community, it can be traumatic for a person over 50 to suddenly, you know, realize that, you know, they don't have a job anymore, and they don't really have a whole lot to do, and, you know, just sitting in their rocking chair all day, you know, staring out the window, you know, and life's passing you by, and, you know, as we were talking, it's important to have something to retire to.
Absolutely.
You know, when you retire. So, you know, in many ways, it's almost kind of extending your life or saving your life to a certain extent.
Absolutely. But that's what's exciting about it, because it gives you an opportunity to utilize all the experience that you've gained over the course of your life. And now this new chapter, make it one that you're going to enjoy. I always say the next 20 years doesn't have to be the same way as the last 30. What would you do differently? How do you want to move forward? And I do see that today. And unfortunately, when you are looking for employment today, you experience a lot of rejection. And that often causes people to just stop in their tracks and then to just give up. And what this does is it gives them a tool to utilize to help build that confidence, see what else is out there.
In the few minutes that we have left, tell me who you would say is the prototypical or typical person who would really benefit from Life Reimagined. Is it someone who is about to retire, or someone who's been retired for a year, or someone who is sitting at home, you know, feeling lonely, or their health isn't where they want it to be? Who would you consider to be really the prototypical type of American who would really benefit from Life Reimagined?
I would say anyone. I mean, I think Pat would agree that anyone can benefit from going through the website and seeing what the website has to offer, because what we're finding at AARP is that life is very intergenerational. You know, those people in their 50s, they are caring for older parents, relatives, or even a neighbor. They have younger children in college who are trying to figure out what's next for them. And so we're hoping that this can really be relevant to a lot of people. And I think that once again, the website can really be what you make it. It empowers an individual to take charge of your own future in ways that you didn't know you had. And so I think that it's very intergenerational and really multi-generational. I see it as something that families can do as a team And I think that that's kind of an interesting thing about the
Yeah,
website.
and it's really not just work focused. That is
Right.
one component. So if you're thinking about health, thinking about pursuing a passion, in addition to relationships, all of those
Right.
things, it has tools on there to guide you through that. So it's just not work focused. It's really a tool for your life to enhance your life and help you move to the next level.
Well, Kim Iapalucci, Pat Troy Brooks, thank you very much. Nice to know that AARP is out there making sure we put our best foot forward. So thank you for joining us and sharing the information. So
Thank you.
we will
thank
take a
you.
quick break. Delaware Perspective continues with a brand new topic when we come right back. Stay with us.